YTBC, what's the deal? Now, I just dropped a video earlier with some comments that Jarrell Miller made about him wanting to knock Bermane Stiverne's dreadlocks off his head. Now, he said that. That's not me talking shit and instigating. That's what he said he wanted to do. Check his Twitter, check his Instagram. Now, we know that him and Stiverne, they got into a, Miller and Stiverne got into a little mini altercation. Miller went down to the gym. He has been saying on social media that he's going to go down to the heavyweight factory and pay Trevor Bryan and Bermane Stiverne a little visit. They've been going back and forth on Instagram. So he went down there. You guys seen that video. You've seen the footage. It's out. It's on the internet. So I went and just looked at Bermane Stiverne's Instagram just to see, has he, said anything since that has happened. And this is from 4 days ago. So he said something, I believe, the next day after it happened, or maybe that night. But this is what he said. This is on his Instagram. He says, now he's referring all of this to Jarrell Miller. He didn't say his name, but just put two and two together. OK, he goes on to say, some people like to run their mouth on social media, but when reality is in front of them, their lyrics change quick and become super humble. I won't confront you on social media, but I will confront you face to face. If you don't mean it, don't fake it. In the meantime, let's get back to work. Hashtag let's go champ. Hashtag sucker free. Hashtag back to the top. Hashtag Team Stiverne. Hashtag Haitian representer. Hashtag TCB. All right. Then you had some detractors under that comment. Some people were saying Miller almost got his ass whooped. Some people were saying facts. Some people were saying laugh out loud. You didn't do anything until he walked away. Some people say, let's go, big baby. It's funny. My son came through dolo, regular New York shit. Fans are loving this, man. So this is really why I think this fight needs to be made. I know I was pushing for Big Debbie Miller versus Trevor Bryan, but either one. Now, Miller has said, let's put the Trevor Bryan fight on hold. Obviously, more prestige. Fighting a former champion is that it adds to your credibility, your name. I understand that part. Trevor Bryan's an undefeated fighter too, but beating Bermane Stiverne would be a step up. He's a former champion. He did hold on to that WBC title. He did beat Chris Arreola. So got to give him props and credit for that. But Bermane Stiverne is a real quiet guy, and I didn't hear, I didn't know he even said anything after the altercation. Until Jarrell Miller told me that he said that Stiverne's talking shit on Twitter. So I went and looked it up. So Stiverne, a quiet guy by nature, but, he's going to have his opinion. He's going to have something to say. I mean, she's a fucking fighter, man. So, of course, he's going to fight back verbally and with his fist. So I want to see this fight go down, man. I know, again, I've said this before, and we all have heard about it, that Bermane Stiverne, Eric Molina, and Dominic Brazil are the three front runners for this fight with Anthony Joshua. Now, I have to stay consistent because I said that Stiverne would probably be the best choice out of all three of those guys, in my opinion, to give Joshua a run for his money. I'm sure Eric Molina would disagree with me, and I'm sure Dominic Brazil will all disagree with me. I'm just a fan, but that's just my opinion. But if that doesn't happen, if Molina is the front runner, Bermane Stiverne versus Trevor Bryan, or not Trevor Bryan, but Bermane Stiverne versus Jarrell Miller, be an excellent fight. Excellent fight. Excellent fucking fight. YTBC, I'm telling you guys, man, start making videos. Don't y'all want to see this fight, man? Don't y'all want to see a scrap? Y'all always talk about you want to see a scrap. Then as soon as, shit like this happen, none of y'all make videos, man. Make some videos. Bermane Stiverne versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Stiverne, he didn't say his name, but the footage is there. We see him. We seen him try to get at Big Baby Miller. Now, you can say it was after he turned his back or whatever. He wanted to get at him. And had they let him go, who knows what would have happened. I don't even want to think about it like that, because although I do want to see a fight, I don't want to see it to go down like that. If anything, get in there and spar. I don't want to see these brothers really getting into some street shit when it's really just about boxing. From my knowledge, I don't know everything, but from my knowledge, it's just some shit talking. Some fighters, man. You're going to fight anyway, so just fight in the ring. What I want to see these dudes fight for some cash. You know, don't do it for free, y'all. Do it for some cash, man. Do it for some cash. And I'm sure these guys are smart enough to know, let's do it for some cash. Although Bermane Stiverne, he looked like he wanted the fist fight that day. I think he was kind of pissed off that, not so much that, you know, Miller was in his face. You know, it was more, to me, it was more, just from the film, it looked like he got kind of pissed off when Miller brought up the fact that he was the WBC champ for a day before he got beat by Deontay Wilder. And it looked like that's on the film. It looked like that's when Stiverne said, all right, I had enough of this shit. You know what I mean? But I want to see this fight, man. So I'm going to drop 1,000 videos until this motherfucker gets made. YTBC. I'm out.